You know, it's the Christmas time. But does it feel like Christmas time already? It feels like it's 2025 already. Anyways, I had to suffer through this shitty ass pay per view. I sat through WWECW 1999. Oh, but stay tuned in 2 weeks for that. Anyways, what's up, your host Howard back with the retro reviews. Oh boy. We're talking about ECW December Dismember 2006. I said this already last year in my worst pay-per-views ever list last year. This was the worst. The other one was Backlash 2022. But this show is a very infamous pay-per-view. December 3rd, it was an ECW only pay-per-view. And it was the only ECW branded pay-per-view during this run, this reboot run of ECW. At the James Brown Arena in Augusta, Georgia. How fucking... This was also, the buy rate was 90,000 pay-per-view buys, with 55 of them were this is the lowest buy rate in WWE history. And this had 6 matches. 2 of them were fucking advertised, which means the other 4 were just fucking filler matches. With one championship on the line, and one man's job has to be, and one man has to, was showing the door after this fucking pay-per-view. Now, before I talk about the matches, there were like I said, 6 matches on the card, not counting the dark match. How did this whole pay-per-view happen? Well, after I said this before, we all said this. If they would just ended the ECW period after the 2005 One Night Stand, it would have been a good end to a company that didn't have the best ending ever. But Vince is Vince, and I'm going to keep saying this. I want this back as a reboot, damn it! So then they did the second One Night Stand. In no way it was as great as the first one, but still was a good one nonetheless. But that was the reboot of ECW as the third brand. Now, we all know how that One Night Stand in 2006. Rob Van Dam defeated John Cena to become the WWE Championship, and he was automatically awarded the ECW Championship. Now, things were doing fine with RVD as ECW and WWE champions. Then RVD got caught for marijuana on early July. And he got caught, and resolved that he lost both the WWE Championship to Edge on Raw, and the following night was ECW in July 4th, dropped the belt to the Big Show. And Big Show, oh my god, his run as ECW champion, you know why I did a dumpster fire on that. His run, like, they just have Raw and SmackDown wrestlers to fight Big Show for the ECW Championship. And that is a major problem. They haven't put the title against Ric Flair. Don't get me wrong, that was a good match. Undertaker, Kane, and the most infamous example, Batista at the Hammerstein Ballroom. And we all know that was the match that they never ran back to the Hammerstein Ballroom. But then again, but there was then Robbie then got back from his suspension. He has to beat Big Show to re-earn a shot at the ECW title, which he did. But then it was announced to be an Extreme Elimination Chamber match, and Sabu, Test, CM Punk, and then Bobby Lashley just showed up and become the sixth person in that match. But there was a change in that Elimination Chamber match, but we'll talk about that change during this show. Let's talk about Dismember 2006. With the only positive I say about this, the Hardys defeat Eminem. Honestly, this was the only great match on this show. And that's the fucking... And also, the Hardys and Eminem were not on this brand, okay? Matt Hardy's on SmackDown. Joy Mercury was back from suspension. Also was on SmackDown. Jeff Hardy was the Intercontinental Championship on Raw. And Johnny Knoxville was also on Raw at this point. But still, it's still a great tag match. A 7.5 out of 10. Their Royal Rumble tag match was better than this one, but still, it's like, compared to the rest, compared to the fucking rest, let's talk about this. Oh my god. Now, I'll talk about the Sabu thing when we get to the main event. You have a Strikers Rules match. What the fuck is that? Well, Matt Striker, first of all, I forgot he was actually a wrestler before he became a shitty-ass commentator. He said there are no gouging of the eyes, no hair pull, no moves off the top rope, and lastly, no foul language. Fuck that. So Balls Mahoney defeats Matt Striker. Terrible match. Matt Striker's face was on his ass. His tights, that is. 0. Now, I'll address the Sabu situation, like I said, during the main event. We get Elijah Burke and Sylvester Turkey, who defeats the FBI of Luke Wheeler and Tony Mama Luke. What do you think it's going to be? Shit. 0. Elijah Burke did the stroke, which is Jeff Jarrett's move, and Sylvester Turkey, who did a muscle buster, and there was a quiet TNA chant. The Floyd defeats Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer, the heart and soul of ECW, loses to fucking Daivari. And Great Khali just did a two-hand chokeslam to Tommy Dreamer. When they showed the replay, a random fan says, "This is an extreme in entertainment." Another 0. Tommy Dreamer deserves better than this. Then we have a mixed tag team match. Kevin Thorne and Ariel defeats Mike Knox and Kelly Kelly. Can you guess my rating is going to be? Can you guess my fucking rating is going to be? 0! That's the 4-0 on this show. Because I don't do negative anymore. And afterwards, Kevin Thorne gets attacked by the Sandman. Don't get me wrong, the Sandman is awesome, but this is what you do with the Sandman on an ECW branded pay-per-view. Vince. Before I talk about the main event, let's rewind back after... What was the second match? Yeah. Sabu gets attacked by somebody. We don't know who did it. He gets taken out of the match, gets put in an ambulance, and he's not going to participate on this fucking show. Yes, Sabu, your most original Extreme member, gets taken out of an Extreme match, and you replace him with fucking Hardcore Holly. Yes, Mick Carter, Bob Holly. The crowd loved that so much, they were chanting bullshit. So we get to the main event. The Extreme Elimination Chamber match. The first and only Extreme Elimination Chamber match for the ECW Championship. Was it an Extreme Elimination Chamber match? It's basically an Elimination Chamber match with weapons in it. There's a barbed wire bat, a crowbar, a table, and a steel chair in the pods. Oh boy, this main event. Bobby Lashley defeats Big Show, Test, Rob Van Dam, Hardcore Holly, and CM Punk to win the ECW Championship. This is an infamous match that Paul Heyman was shown the door after this. We'll get to that in a moment. The eliminations in this match. CM Punk was the first man eliminated by Rob Van Dam. We'll get to that in a moment. Don't hold on that. Then Test eliminates Hardcore Holly. And then he eliminates Rob Van Dam. The crowd just turned on this match after this. Then Lashley was out next, but then Heyman's Goon Squad stops Lashley coming out, and then Lashley just came out anyways. He eliminates Test. And then it came down to Bobby Lashley and the Big Show. They just fumble around. Big Show gets speared. And Bobby Lashley wins the ECW Championship. This is, to me, one of the worst Elimination Chamber matches ever. Is this the 2020 Women's Elimination Chamber match or the 2022 both Women's and Men's Elimination Chamber matches? Because I can't decide which one. Because how rushed they were. Because of some time they've had in Saudi. Fuck you, Saudi. This gets a 2 out of 10. And this match, Paul Heyman wanted CM Punk to win. But Vince wanted Lashley to win. And as always, I always get the last laugh. Ha ha. Vince got his wish. Because originally CM Punk was to eliminate the Big Show in like 3.5 minutes. And Punk was going to win this match and win the ECW Championship. But of course, we got the one we got. Heyman and Vince were butting over the Elimination Chamber match. Heyman wanted Punk, Vince wanted Bobby Lashley, and of course Vince always gets the win on that. And Paul Heyman was shown the door after this fucking terrible fucking pay-per-view. Honestly, this should have, where ECW should have just died. Literally. Because of how terrible this pay-per-view was. Also, this was the final nail in the coffin for the brand exclusive pay-per-views, because after WrestleMania 23, Backlash was a tri-brand pay-per-view. ECW should have just died after Vince won the ECW title. And the originals were barely used. And Vince McMahon, fuck you. For all the shit you did with ECW around this time. And this shitty fucking pay-per-view. I don't care. The rating of this is a 0 out of 10. I'm still keeping the same grade I gave my original review back in 2019. I'm still giving it a fucking 0 out of 10. This show is bad. It's terrible. It's lifeless. Get this fucking shit out of my face. Next week, going 7 years later in 2013, for yet another John Cena Randy Orton clash. But in this case, they're unifying the WWE and the World Heavyweight Championship. TLC 2013. Jeez, who could have fucking won this? SmackDown will be tomorrow. Saturday, I'll do SpongeBob Operation Krabby Patties on my main channel, so subscribe to the Vacation Channel on that one. I'm almost at 300 subscribers. And also like this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel right here, and click on the notification bell also. So you can see next week's review of WWE TLC 2013. And yeah. The week after that, it'll be Starrcade 1999. We'll hold on to that. We'll hold on that. But TLC 2013 is next week. Fuck you, Vince McMahon. You are nothing but a rotten piece of garbage. I'm glad you're gone for good. But that's all I have to say. Bye-bye. Fuck this pay-per-view.